What's up, guys? I done tried to start this thing two, three times. I don't know what I'm doing over here. But I know I quit y'all off guard with this one. I think I go live tonight and just go over starting the transportation business in 2023. I'm gonna have a little bit more time in the evenings now. So I'll probably start going live a little more often. But you guys, I don't know everything about this business. This type of business you're always learning. So I don't know everything. But if you are planning to start this type of business this year, if I was you all, I would find a few people on YouTube that you can trust, that seem real, that's not trying to beat you out your money, and just get as much as knowledge as possible. Put all the information together, put your plan in place, then start the process. All in all, I feel like this business is very simple to get started, but you are going to be scratching your head some days getting in the transportation business because you're dealing with people. This is a people type business. You got to be able to deal with people. You got to be able to deal with different companies. You got to be able to deal with all of those situations in this business. You got to deal with headache employees, people. I've heard horror stories about employees. I just been blessed to have my family that helped me. But if y'all come in here, just leave a comment. But if not, we're gonna get to it. Along the way, you can just rewind it back. This video gonna be a little long. It's gonna be a long live. I'm gonna try to get through as much of this as possible. But first thing I would do, you guys, before you get in this business is get knowledge, get understanding, know what direction you want to go. Be a student, you guys. Get as much as knowledge as you need, kind of have an idea of what route you're going to go. And I say that to get my next section, we're going to your startup costs. So if you don't know what direction you're going to go, you don't know what your startup cost is going to be. I'm going to give a little detail. I know everybody's situation going to be different, but I'm going to give a couple scenarios, a couple different options. Hopefully it can touch you and your situation. So if you're a type of person, you work a job, you work at night, and you want to run your transportation business during the morning time. So you probably could do an EMT. You probably could deal with a broker. You could do schools. You can do all that if you work a 40-11. So if you working, you can build your business slow. You can build it slow. You don't have to deal with a broker. You can just build your private side out. If you got a comment, anybody that come, I know one person just came in, any question, just put it in there. But I'm talking about starting a business from scratch in 2023. So I would say, know what direction you're going to go before you get started in this business, you guys. You got to know that. Hold up. All right, there we go. Know what direction you're going to go, by all means. So many people get in this business and they don't have a clue. So get all the research, do all the research as you can do before you actually jump into this business. What I mean by that, if you're going to deal with brokers, what type of brokers are you going to deal with? Are you going to deal with brokers where you need to be a Medicaid provider? Because if that's the case, you need to become a Medicaid provider first. You can know all this before you start. I'm going to leave a list of brokers at the bottom for everybody can just check out if that's the route you want to go. But just know if you go that route, you're not going to get paid as much. You can still make money. I'm just getting in the game dealing with brokers and stuff. So, but you can use those as fillers as you build up your private pay, by all means. So you can use the brokers just to get you going. And then, of course, you can just build your private pay up along the way. Somebody just leave a comment. That way, if I see if it's going to pop up, if it's going to at least just show up. But if one of y'all got a second to do that. But anyway, so just have some type of direction after you do your research on which way you're going to go. If you don't have the money to purchase a wheelchair van, then you're going to have to go the ambulatory route with the child side. And if you're going to go that route, it's going to be harder to build that up with private pay. to be honest with you. So you're probably going to want to know about brokers and things like that before you even purchase that vehicle, you know, because you want to have some work lined up. And a lot of us don't have the patience to build our private side up. So you're going to have to deal with them brokers while you build your private side up. But if you're in a situation where you're not pressed for the money, you can build your private side up over time. And you'll make money, especially if you got a wheelchair van. So startup cars. I'm just gonna throw some numbers out there for startup cars. Everybody's situation is different. But me personally, if you're paying cash, I think you're gonna need about 10 grand for a vehicle, a decent vehicle. If you're gonna go wheelchair route, of course, if you're gonna go ambulatory, you probably only gonna need 5 grand. You know, but if you go ambulatory, you need to be linked with a broker when you first start, because it's gonna be harder to get them trips in the beginning, just not having no wheelchair, if that makes sense. I would say you need about $3,000 for insurance. If you want to be totally legit, but at the same time, once we get to the insurance part, you need to be. I would say to begin, call these brokers, these insurance brokers. We talking about auto policy brokers, to get an estimate on what your policy is going to be. You can use your regular car and get them the VIN number, just to kind of get an idea, or at least know if y'all jokers going to charge me twice, or for a whole year I got to pay my whole premium. So yeah, if it's $500 a month, they might say, hey, we want $6,000 up front before we even start this policy with you. So you need to know this stuff before you get in. Use your personal card. You can say you're going to use that for ambulatory and EMT. That way, you'll at least know if you got to pay a year up front. Or they might say, just give us 3 G's. For me, they told me, give me 3 G's and we'll start your policy. And we'll start your policy. That's what they told us. They said, give me 3 G's, we'll start your policy. I had 5 cars. So I paid $1,900 a month for 5 cars on my auto policy, which y'all know I didn't have 5 cars when I first started. I'm sorry. I only had 2, but we gradually built up to 5. So right now I'm paying $1,900. But for 2 cars, I had to get them 3 grand. I don't know how much. I think it was like $2,500. So it wasn't the whole year, but we had to pay a good amount down when we first get started. So I would do that with your regular car, get a kind of idea, because you don't want to go purchase a $10,000 vehicle. Then you come back, then you call a broker. I got this vehicle, or the insurance broker. I'm talking about the insurance broker, the insurance agent. I'm gonna say agent if I won't get nobody confused. I got this vehicle and I want to get an EMT auto policy, and they say, well, that's gonna cost you $1,000 a month, and you have to give us $12,000 up front. So I would have 3 different brokers. I would have at least 3 different, or insurance agents. I would have at least 3 of them, because you're gonna be sick if you go spend 10 grand on a car and then you can't even pay for the auto policy. So I would say have these things in place. By all means, I would have an idea on that before I even purchase a vehicle. Then once you purchase a vehicle, so that's about 15 grand if you coming out of your pocket, cash for a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? 10 grand for the vehicle, 3 for the insurance. But that's gonna get your general liability. That's probably gonna get you your workers' comp too. You know, if you got employed or whatever. $500 for your branding, things of that nature. So you're gonna need all that. So that's why I would say about 15 grand. We're gonna talk about legal and credit. We're gonna get into legal and credit, you guys. We're gonna talk about legal and credit right now, just when you first starting out. If you got questions, just put it down at the bottom. This video gonna be kind of long. I'm gonna do a long live. Y'all can go back and watch it again, fast forward, however you want to do it. Legal and credit. Of course, in the beginning, of course, you want to get your tax ID number. We know this stuff, but I'm still just going to put it out there. You want to get your tax ID number. You want to get your LLC. You're going to want to get your zoning permit or your business license. A lot of people skip that. They don't do that. That's where you're gonna go into town, where your home-based business or your office at, and you're gonna ask them for permission to operate your office in that town. Now you're gonna need that because sometimes when you deal with some brokers, they want to see a zoning permit or they want to see a business license, and a lot of us skip that step. We just go get our LLC through the Secretary of State, get our tax number, and we get to working. But try to get that too. Just try to have that. Then you want to go open up your business bank account. Gotta do that. You gotta have your business bank account. I would tell everybody just go get their Dun and Brash number, get your business credit started, get that out the way in the beginning. I would say go ahead and do that in the beginning, and then open up at least one a Uline business account. Just to get some credit rolling in. So those are the steps you need to do from a legal perspective. You gotta have those things in place. Next thing we're going to talk about is getting clients. I don't want this video no more than 15 minutes. All right, so once you get all that situated, you got all your legal stuff in place. First you figure out how much money you want to spend. You did your research. You did all those things you need to do. You know what type of vehicle you're going to buy. Then you go do your legal stuff. Then you actually go purchase the insurance and things like that. So next thing you're going to do, you're going to go ahead and sign up with your brokers. You know what I mean? If you're going to go that route just to get some money coming in, you don't have to go that route. But a lot of us need money in the beginning, and we don't have the patience to build private side. That's why I chose to build my child transportation as the foundation of my business. So if I don't make no money from NEMT, my child transportation is good regardless. Anything else from the NEMT, it's just extra, just profit. It's just more money for the company because the child gonna pay for that anyway. But anyway, once you get that going, once you get all that in place, you gonna apply for your brokers. If you get going, and then while you work with them brokers, if you go that route, you're gonna build your private payout. If I was y'all, the same place that these brokers are sending me is the same place that I will be leaving my flyers, talking to people. Everywhere that they send me to do my pickup and drop off, I will have that driver leaving my flyers, leaving my brochures there. I would be out every day going to hospitals, talking to the social workers. I will be calling mental health agencies, giving my number to mental health agencies. I will be going to nursing facility. All depends on what type of vehicles you got. I will be going to all these places. Any place where there's a disabled person or a senior person, I will be going. I will be Googling senior living places, even when they had their own houses and stuff like that. Senior and disability. I will be taking my flyers there every week. I will be Googling. I will have me a serious marketing plan in place, and I will be hitting these places each and every week in the service area that you're gonna provide service in. I don't know how I missed this, but before that, you need to know what you're gonna charge people. Before you actually go out there and market. So you're going to have to come up with a rate sheet. What you're gonna charge. You gotta know if you're gonna do long trips. You gotta know if you're gonna do short trips. That's a whole nother topic. That's gonna be just too much to talk about. But I would definitely do a rate sheet before you go out and market. You gotta know your prices before you do that. You can dictate your prices depending on your insurance, your overhead, if you're gonna hire somebody as far as profit, the whole nine. But how I would dictate my prices before you go out and start marketing, I would call other NEMT companies. I would call other child transportation companies in your area. I would call at least 3-4 companies and figure out what the going rate is for ambulatory, for wheelchair, and for child transportation if you're trying to do all three. That's what I would do. Then once you do that, then you start your marketing. And then you hit that and you be faithful with that for 4 or 5 months. While you working with that broker, having some money coming in, building that private side up, because you want to get to the place where you have so much private that you don't even need a broker. I got a guy right now that I rock with. He got 6-7 wheelchair vans rolling. Do a lot of private pay, strictly that. I think he just got a contract with the state though, and he trying to give me some work right now. Give me all his private pay work because the contract's so big he got with the state. I don't really rock with that, so I really can't tell y'all nothing about that. But I'm gonna make another video, you guys, because this video going on 15 minutes. I really didn't want to do it no more than 15. Why I go more in detail, but that's just the in simplicity, you know, just to get going, just to get started. And I'm gonna try to get better with my videos, you guys. I really don't do this, but like to be more detailed and just have some real good content, like have everything sectioned out and things like that. So I'm gonna do another live where I got things like really written down, really in place. But if anybody got a question, I could try to answer you guys. Just leave it in the comment thing. I'm gonna try to get with y'all when I can. Just been tied up. I'm actually working. I'm actually in my business. And I still got a full-time job. So I ain't trying to sell you no course or nothing like that. But y'all be blessed. I don't see no calm. I think I had like 3-4 people come in here. But I didn't I don't think I saw no, I don't know if I saw no messages or not. What the world I'm doing. Oh no. I don't have no questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this, you guys. Y'all be blessed. I'll catch y'all in the next one.